Maria Sotomayor is the Deputy Director of PA Immigrant, an organization that fights for immigrant rights and the children of immigrants' rights as well.
Undocumented children, immigrant children, and all children in this country deserve the right to access to education. We do not believe that just because of your immigration status or background or country or anything, you shouldn't have access to education in this country. There's also court rulings that back up the reasoning behind immigrant children having access to education, such as Plyer versus Doe, which said that children in this country must attend public schools and must have access to schools, regardless of their country of origin, religion, sexuality, immigration status. So our organization is an immigrant rights advocacy organization. We do not provide direct services, but we do work on supporting different community organizations or other partners across the state, even school districts.
Only 37% of children ages 3 to 4 with at least one undocumented parent are enrolled in school programs, as compared to 48% of their peers. Perhaps the reason for this statistic is that children fear deportations of either themselves or their parents.
Because of the current administration and the political climate that we're seeing, there are more children, both immigrant who are migrated or even children of immigrants who are U.S. citizens, saying that they get anxious and fearful that either they're not sure if immigration is going to come to their school and get them out of the classroom and deport them, or if they're going to find their parents when they go home.
One of the issues that these children face is lack of translation services. But at Norristown High School, they offer a great ESL program that caters to the needs of these children. Britta Pennypacker is the English as a Second Language Coordinator for the Norristown Area School District.
The program looks different in different schools, but at the high school and in the middle schools, kids have designated periods in the day for English language development. Have family obligations, they have to work, parents are working multiple jobs, they're either taking care of younger siblings, they're working. So there are many, many issues that the students bring with them. Many of them have suffered trauma getting here, they have difficult home lives.
Only 15% of undocumented children graduate high school, as compared to 70% of their peers. Britta Pennypacker discussed more in detail about how Norristown Area School District helps these children succeed.
So, undocumented children, as with any student, right, when they come to register in a public school, they need proof of address and proof of immunizations. And once they provide that, they can register for school. And any student that's registered in our district, or any district for that matter, is eligible to participate in sports, clubs, any after-school activities. But I can say that this year we've partnered with Project Libertad, which is run by attorneys through HIAS. And they run after-school programs for newcomers and immigrant students whose English is very limited. Yeah. And those after-school programs are really to help those kids acculturate to life in America, to school here, to build relationships, team building, as well as English and some fun things like art or music, crafts.
Akbar Hussein is an immigrant and also a former ESL student that is currently an attorney.
Certainly having an ESL program helped me achieve my goals academically. You have to think about when you are first coming into the country, you have no idea, one, about the culture of the country, and two, how to communicate with someone else. Having an ESL class ensures that you know the right words to communicate with other people when you're trying to get across. Extremely important when it comes to socializing as well, because one thing you'll realize is a lot of immigrants who are coming into the U.S. or any other country generally, they have a severe lack of understanding of what the culture is like, and there's also a lack of communication with other people.
Another issue that these children could face is discrimination.
My story is certainly different when it comes to immigration, mostly because my family arrived right after 9/11. So I was, the Hussein family coming from Saudi Arabia to JFK right after 9/11. So that, when you put that in context to the background of what was happening, certainly the discrimination we faced was extreme. Absolutely. I think immigrant students generally have a lot of adversity when trying to pursue education. It comes both in the form of having access to ESL classes, but also in the form of just sustaining a family being the person who usually understands English. That in itself is a very first step of adversity that a lot of immigrants face when it comes to accessing education, is trying to figure out how to talk the language.
Yeah.
The second part is often, at least I know in my case when I was younger, their immigrant children tend to be the children or the people and the resource in households, in immigrant households, where they're the translators.
Undocumented children face many obstacles when trying to receive an education, but programs and organizations help them reach their full potential.